Okay, guys, we just want to say welcome to this live Together We Rise Building Our Nation. Today we're traveling all the way out into Portland to a young man that I've met years ago, and he's a street side vendor. I'll say he's an entrepreneur. And going out there in Portland many years ago, I met this young man, and he has a story that is worth telling. As you can see, his camera system may not be the best. He's at his stall. He's actually working. I just managed to capture him during this lunchtime hour here. With him should have been Hustler Babes. We know she operates down there, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, at the foot of Spur Tree. Another vendor who is very excellent in terms of their customer service. But today, we just want to say welcome, Prince, to Together We Rise Building Our Nation.
Yeah, brother, welcome, brother, welcome.
All right, Prince, we're just going to start out. Let the people know where you're from exactly, which school you attend, and which community.
Well, I'm from Windsor Castle. I'm from IT Borough in particular, but then I removed living in Windsor Castle, Portland right now. And
Which school you now?
I used to be attending the Windsor Castle All Age, even the Anatole Bay Primary All Age as well. Those
All
are
right,
my two schools.
okay. All right. So first thing I want to say to you, Prince, we're really proud of you in what you're doing, because I can remember the day that I stopped by your stall. I was pretty thirsty, wanted a jelly, and
Yeah,
in the distance, I saw your stall, and I said to my wife, I gotta stop at this stall. Do you remember that day?
yeah, man, definitely. I remember that day.
And could you tell us what stand out about that day?
Well, what stand out about that day, honestly, I didn't find that day as a normal day. Because being honest, you guys was on your way going in Portland, and for some reason, God have sent you back definitely to me. Because I figured more than less I need to tell you my story, and that was what really happened.
All right, Prince. So I didn't I don't remember the fullness of that story, but I know your story was touching to us because we're on a journey to Jamaica to do like a total tour of the island. That's what we felt we were there for. And the moment we came to Portland, we saw you, at this stall, and we got the coconut. And I could remember vividly, an old lady was passing with some goats, and you called the lady over and said, "Mommy, come have some coconut." You know, that
Yeah,
just touched my heart to see a young man like you. You're on the hustle, as we're gonna talk about this later on. You wasn't at your best in terms of your wealth and health. But here you are offering a coconut water to a old lady. Tell us about that.
well, she were just going by and I seen that you're really hot and thirsty. My mind was telling me to give, so I just try to do what is in the mind of me.
Yeah, and if I remember well, it was a hot day because right now it is pretty hot here in Florida. And back down
Yeah,
there in Jamaica, I know it was very hot. That coconut water, man, it was very refreshing. And
yeah.
so tell the people now, Prince, how did you get into deciding that you wanted to go out and do your own business, do your own liquor hustle, your own selling? Tell us about that. How did you actually get started?
Well, honestly, I plant some flowers, and then after not really planting some flowers, I had like two plants, and then honestly, they have grown so huge in my yard, and then I just look at them and I tell myself, man, I figure more than less, maybe I can start a business from these flowers that I have, just even though it's two of them. So I start transferring suckers, limbs from the two that I had. So till I have like about 80 of them. So on one Valentine Day, there was a friend who came by and he was saying to me, man, you're joking, man, look how the plant them pretty in the yard, and have them stuck up in a yard and you not carry them out on the road to sell. Put them out the road, man, then we sell, man, them pretty, man. I mean, I say, so me I go follow him idea. And then honestly, that day I put them out there. When I put them out there, I sell like 40 out of the 80 to
Wow.
one individual. And from there onward, it gave me a mind frame of trying to do even more. I'm trying to do even other plants and other trees, fruit trees and things. From there onward, I just start a business from there out of that.
Prince, if you could move more into the camera, I know you have to be holding your camera and speak up just a little bit louder so they can hear you. So basically, you start out because of the love for plants, and you have two plants in your home, and taking care of them, then start looking really good, and you thought it would be a good idea to market them because of a friend, if that's what I
Yeah,
got.
yeah, yeah, definitely. That's what I said.
Okay. So right now, on this particular day, we were coming into Portland. As I said, we didn't know where we were going in terms of the destination. But when we stopped by you, you actually was, so professional about the way you go about your little business. You didn't have the biggest stall or anything. If I remember well, it was just some board, just a little box of place. If
Yeah,
I was
man, yeah,
looking
man.
for arrangement, I probably wouldn't tap at your style if I was looking at something that is catchy. It wasn't catchy. But
Right, yeah.
despite that, you were a man who, I could feel the energy, the joy, the way you present it to us. You ensure that we get the jelly, you cut the jelly for my wife, you scoop it out. It's like you went the extra mile for us. We're just a
Yeah,
passerby. You don't know us from nowhere. And that's the way you treat us. Is that the way you treat everybody?
yeah, that's the way I treat everybody, man. They're all one people. No mind the color or the race. That's just it.
All right. So now I know personally now remember that we stopped there for a while. My wife decided to have a prayer, and I remember the wind that was blowing. You said, did we feel that? We felt a presence that evening. And
Yeah,
you know, did you remember that by any chance?
yeah, man. I definitely remember that, brother. Definitely remember that. And as we speak right now, this the kind of wind blowing right now.
No. I tell people it was just a different wind, and we could know because it wasn't any windy time. But as I tell you, as we get into the prayer, guys, this wind just start blowing, and you could feel the coolness. You could feel that there was a difference. There was
Yeah,
a presence among us.
true, true, brother. True, true, true.
All right, so we got everything. You even gave up some ackee. I don't know if you remember, but you had one breadfruit. That's the only breadfruit that was probably in Portland. I
Yeah,
don't know if you remember. Yeah,
yeah,
breadfruit. You gave us some ackee, and we got our jelly from you. We just leave a little tip, and
yeah,
we went
true.
on. You remember that?
Yeah, man. I remember that, brother.
you know, and just to know that we went on to Portland, and while we are there, we're sleeping over at an Airbnb, and it's just like a voice come to us that guess what? You need to come back and see guys. We had to return to come and see you. We didn't know if we are gonna meet you in the morning or not, but we decided the journey was over, and we returned to you, and we found you at the stall, and that's when you start telling us a story of what happened to you years back. I wouldn't mind you share the story with people so people know that you didn't have life easy. You went through a tough spot there. And that story touch us. Can you just share that story with us? Just speak up a little. Let them hear. Because that story needs to be told.
Okay, then I was run over by a backhoe in 2007. So then I was working with a private contractor and I got run over by his machine. He didn't choose to help me any at all where in which my medical situation were concerned. So he just left me like that and I don't know if he expect me to die. But anyway, I've prayed so much so that God could work of a miracle that I will be able to get over with this sickness. So then when I prayed, honestly I got answer. and I went off from Jamaica to Cuba to have my operation done because I needed an operation value so much like 505,992 US dollar. Then I had my operation done and I came back to Jamaica. And you can see him working while I am here trying to recuperate. They didn't pay me any mind still, but I always tell myself that God able and God always work of a miracle. And I always find that things always work out that way as how I think about it. So honestly I told my father that if he's gonna give me money and then kill me after, it's better for him to go. And he have died. And when he have died, I told myself that I know I wasn't gonna get any money to help myself. So I would have to try to do some job that could be substantial, that could take care of myself. And that's how I become a hustler on the road, trying to sell things, trying to sell flowers, trying to create a garden to have my income be steady so that I can able to finance myself. But at times things really get so hard. So it's not every time it's Christmas, but at least there is some Christmas. That's how it go, my brother.
So, I heard some of it, Prince, but I can remember you were telling me that when you went in, you didn't have the money, definitely, that's one. But then you found a group of nurses who decided to rally around. So, to stay in the hospital, it was money. You didn't have the money. But tell us, how did that happen that, these nurses and probably doctors, they managed to keep you there without you coming out of your pocket with money? How did this happen?
But honestly, brother, they have just I have meet of a person. No, honestly, the money was in Jamaica and it was to be sent to me in Cuba like within a few days. They would need it like urgent, but then the only money I could receive there, it would be like just 300 US per day. And then that would never be enough to have anything done unless I could be able to get the funds on one basic time. So then I've met someone and they try to help with some of my medical bills.
How important it is to have people like those who can, see that somebody is in need, a brother in need, and come on board and decide to help. How did that make you feel?
Brother, honestly, that bring a overjoy in the heart, a overjoy in the heart to know that somebody really still there who care. Because honestly, sometimes you be in some situation, you have to wonder if there is anyone who care. Because then you be having like lots of family, both family yard and broad, and then nobody is able to help anyone. So when a stranger take the opportunity of helping someone, that you can express how the amount of gratitude you will have to show after someone do that.
That was very nice, for a team to just come together and decide to help a brother. And guys, this is what I do. I try my best to help somebody. I tell people, probably you won't be able to do it all by yourself, but if we can rally around with each other, every penny counts in terms of helping. You may think that you only have $1 to give, but just imagine if 10,000 people come up and give the same dollar. That's $10,000. That's a burden that has been lifted from somebody. And that's why I really go hard with this. Together we rise, building our nation, because this is shaping us to do exactly things like this, where we help people as we go along. And I'm just gonna go back now to that day that when we met you and we returned to you. You also did another thing that you told us the Aki that you got. I know it's way back, you probably don't even remember these things. But the Aki that you got, you asked us to follow you us into the field. And you showed us the Aki tree. that the Aki came from that caught fire. Can
Go,
you?
go, go again, brother.
Yeah, I said that you had given us some Aki, and
Yeah.
then you brought us out into the field to show us the very tree that that Aki came from. The tree had caught fire, and I think
Right,
you take
right,
care of the
right,
tree.
right, 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 right.
Tell us
Oh,
about that.
yeah, I remember I told you the story about that tree. That there was a other guy there when I went there to live. So then you have catch the fire on the tree and it burned out like the whole entire back of the tree. But there was just a little piece of bark that is left on the tree there. Could even could barely hold it up. But then I've touched it with the other stick so that it couldn't fall, break or fall down any at all. And as years goes by, as I've living there like at the time when I meet you, I was living there like maybe about them 8 years ago. So now you know that tree it was from I just went there to live, so I know the exact story about the tree. That tree then the tree become heal as in perfectly heal as like there was no burn in the back of the tree and it's properly smooth right around right now as in that tree have never got an injury before. You know, God really heal things. There are lots of healing that is on this earth that we don't recognize, but they are there. It's not just healing for mankind, but healing for also the trees of the field also.
Yeah, cause I remember, you told me the story about that, and that touched me again to know that you actually was such a caring person that you're caring for a tree that is, you could have cut it down and say, guess what, let that one go. But you told us that you care for it, and those Aki that we got was probably some of the best eating Akis that we had. We will enjoy the Aki that came from the tree, and just to know that you have nourished the tree back to full life, you know,
Yeah,
as I said, that was a good thing.
yeah, man. And being honest, you know, brother, right now, every time that tree beer, I'll be picking like about them 7 baht pan one time after it, you know. I
So
swear
that
that
tree
it
has
to the
become a
beer.
blessing.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it become a blessing, man. Whenever that tree beer, and I climb it to pick, the amount that I see in one time to pick, I don't know where to start from.
Wow.
I have to just start picking, and it would take like even a whole day for me to pick off everything that is on that tree in each open every other morning.
So, I would say that is divine blessing there, Prince. You take care of the tree and now the tree is taking care of you. Because
Yeah,
you can bring those stuff to the road and sell it.
yeah, definitely. So even that help me to become an even better businessman, you know. Because you know when you reap your own things and you're selling it, you're able to sell it for a price that people would be agreed. Then when you buy it from an next person, it just being a bit hectic to sell for people to be comfortable, you know?
Yeah, man. That was a tremendous blessing. All right. So while we're out there in that bush, Prince, what you didn't know is that back in the days, I used to care for an old man, an elderly man who lived on the farm in Appleton. You know, he lives on the farm. I'll normally go there and he has everything, just like that little field that you brought us to. He have banana, he has his yam, his plant, he has lemon, lime, whatever we need, he would give us because he was a farmer at the time, but he's an old man. So what he didn't have was like flour and rice and those things, like crackers. So I'd always have him to
Yeah,
take those supplies from a shop close by and I'd pay for it. So I always go sit with him, a man of like a Moses, man of wisdom. So I sit with this man
yeah,
over the years while I work at Appleton. I'll always go visit him out in the woods. He wasn't really from St. Elizabeth, but I heard that he moved there, during the whole slavery, because the man know the entire history of this estate. And when we came out, he passed away. And when we went with you out in the bushes, my wife would have touched me and said, guess what? Do you feel this present? Which present you feel? And it was the present of that same gentleman that we felt among you.
Look around back and see that tree around it. Yeah. Sorry about that, brother.
Yeah, so the present that we felt was the same present, of that young man, that old man, was that present within you. My wife felt it, I felt it, and you didn't know that. But we touch
Yeah.
each other, we say, yep. And when we decided to bless you, I know you went on, and later on we came back, the style was looking much better, and you said that part of the blessing was you helped pick up your style. But at that time, you said you did not have the energy to bring up bamboos and so forth to build a nice stall. Just tell us how challenging it was to get your stall up and running.
Yeah. Excuse me a minute there, brother.
All right.
Excuse me a minute there. Huh? That one for 1400, but you can get it in a bag for the $700. You
All
see
right,
him?
guys. So while we're here, we're talking to this young man. He's out there, he's on the road along the Portland to St. Mary's Road. As you see it there, he's able to show, he's doing his hustling, guys. He did not come out, even though he got his injury, he did not come out begging for anything. As a matter of fact, he pivoted
Yeah, man, you
and
can take it out if you want.
he started his own little business by the roadside. And as we look there, we can see people stopping with him. This is what he did. He started his own hustling on the roadside. He have
Bag 700.
He have flowers. He has everything going on there. This young man has such a good heart that he had given
Yeah.
us, from his little that he had. He gave us, as he mentioned, he was giving us ackee. He gave us some banana. And I'm
1400
telling
and
you, he
take
did
that.
not tell us this stuff. What I bought from him was really coconut. But, out of his little, he
Yeah.
was able to bless us.
Yeah.
And not just that he blessed us, but he shared his story with us. He had been through very
That was a
painful,
big CM.
painful challenges. As he said, a backwood ran over him, and basically he was broken. He had
Hmm?
to go to
Yeah, man.
hospital. They had to find a way to get him into Cuba to have surgery done. But
That a
nevertheless,
bright thing.
he did not give up. He still keep on
Bright
doing
thing
his thing.
again.
He
And
did
it's
not
boom,
come to the
holy.
roadside to beg with a pan or anything. Instead, he
Yeah,
told
but
you that he started thinking, he
I
pivoted
have it in a
because
bag for 700.
said he had plants at the house, two plants that was looking good, and he thought he'll bring it out. He started propagating,
Hmm?
and with over 80 flowers, he brought them
Yeah.
out. First day, he sold at least 40 of them.
Come show you
That
them
is
on the
blessing,
line,
guys.
man.
You know, that is just the way a young man,
Eh?
you know, like him
Wallahi.
could have done any other thing, but yet still he have decided that he would do a decent living, a way that he could earn for himself. As you look behind him, you see the breadfruit, you see the plant, you know, all these stuff is what he does. Look at the roadside, guys. It's a beautiful stop when you're going into Portland. And definitely when I go back to Jamaica, I will be going to his place because, as I said, he have make a big difference. What we're seeing here today is nothing compared to what it was back then. You know, but he have done a lot of work, and I'm glad that he's actually showing us some of the stuff that is going on behind him there. You know, he's an horticulturalist right now. He propagate plants, he sell plants there, and he has his regular business, coconut, banana, whatever you need, you'll get it out there.
That's perfect,
And as
baby.
I can see the lady is supporting. My lady, I hope you support him. He's a good kid.
So you want lemon? Oh,
Guys, really, my heart was touched by this young man. We had to help him to see how well he could help to build his stall, which he had put together a nice, decent stall now. But if you had seen it years ago, you know, it wouldn't be the one that was appealing to you, that was catching.
that's 1400 at
But
once.
he put together this stall and he's
20
doing
pound
his
and
thing,
then
and I'm so
20.
proud of him. I wish every young man would adopt some of his discipline, his principle, just
Yeah.
the way he go about making a
You're
living.
lucky,
You know,
you're lucky, so you go on the phone.
he could have
Yeah.
done so much other things, but yet still
Come on,
he
man,
have
you blow me
decided to do his own hustling. As you see it there, guys, nice plants that he have cultivated. He told you about the ackee tree that was actually practically dead, been burnt down. and he cared for it, and the Aki tree came back together, where he was able to give me Aki from it. Now he's telling you the amount of blessing he's getting from the Aki tree. He's telling you that the Aki tree is bearing so much that when he go out there to pick, he's filling up pans. He said bath pans. If we're Jamaican, we know what he's talking about. Big pans that he's able to fill from this Aki tree. So now the fact that he had taken care of the Aki tree is now taking care of him. What a blessing that. What. This nature, life on a whole, guys. It's all about caring. It's not that he just care for a human being, but he care for a plant. And now the plant is turning around caring for him. And probably if you ask him, he probably can even tell you how much money he have made from this Aki tree that he had cared for. And I'm really proud of men like these. Men like these, despite setback, despite the disappointment, you know, they believe in themselves, they believe in their ability, and they basically do what they have to do to make a living. And I'm very proud of him. Some people may look down on somebody who fell by the roadside, but what you don't know is that you don't know their story. And on the day that I stopped there, I was really thirsty. I needed a jelly, and I got the jelly, and not that I just got a jelly, but I met with a man that had a heart,
You take your
David,
flowers?
a heart of God,
Alright.
kind, cool, easygoing youth. So that was still a blessing to me. And it was much more blessing when I was able to give and help a young man like this. As you can see, he's out there, he's doing his thing along the Portland Road. Yeah, Prince, I was just kind of sharing with people while you were there, just to show, and I was glad that I was able to see some of the plants that you have there, still looking lush and green. You had given us some. We take to St. Elizabeth. So, really proud of you, my brother, and what you're doing there. So I was asking, how difficult was it to get the style together as Prince with your injury and everything?
Boy, brother, honestly. Boy, that one, brother. That one is a day and a half was the argument here. It's a day and a half worth of telling that, bro. Because honestly, I went like about 7 miles and I went down on the beach to cut some sticks. So then cutting those sticks on the beach, I am not able to walk on the seaside with them any at all. I would have to float them in the sea from that point to another point. Then I would have to put them in a boat and use the boat to carry them further on in a trench to take them on the main road. So when I carry them down in the sea, put them over into a boat in a little gutter like. So now I will have to float the boat in the gutter with them all closer to the main road that I'm able to remove them from the boat now to the main road so that I could have a truck to bring them where I want them to make the stall. So then I got that done all by myself. Because when the struggles on, brother, you just have to do what you have to do. Nothing you can think about no form of problem where you have on your body physically. You just have to put all of these aside and just try do your best here, man. Whether it's either you're dead or you live here, man. That's my mind frame at the time. That however I'm gonna try to help myself to get better than who I am. And that's definitely what I'm doing. All these struggles me have to just go through them and just like when Jesus were carrying the cross. You just have to carry your own cross and make up your mind to your own ability to do better than what you're doing. Because honestly, hanging around people, you just be hearing that nothing not go on, nothing not go on. And you are the one who can make something turn or change or whatever. It's all up to you to change your life. So, what I have to say to any young person like myself is that, boy, it's all about taking up yourself in hands and try and move to something that can elevate yourself, some plan of your own that can elevate. Not that nothing not go on, but we are the one to make something go on. You see? That's what they are, brother.
So really and truly, if you should tell somebody that story, just the struggle for you to get the sticks or the bamboos, you have to go, you have to cross sea, you have to cross basically river trench, then you have to get it up to the road and get it there to build it. That is more pain and struggle than most young men would ever try to even think about, much as to do it.
Yeah, man, honestly. Honestly. You'll have to make up your mind real good to go through that struggles, cause boy, honestly, it weren't pretty hard, man. It weren't pretty at all, and doing all of that at the moment, them kind of, the poor sick, them kind of brother. Them kind of me have to go to the doctor every week, go try change things out of my belly, you know?
Man, I just imagine how difficult that was to be faced with the fact that you're still not healed. You still have to find a way to make a living. That is a challenge that you have to go through. Now, people, as you look here, this is a structure. It's a concrete structure that is now erected up. And what I'm saying, guys, it's from just planting one little seed. Because you hear the struggle that he's been through. I went over there and I gave him just a few. I would That is just a drop in the bucket of the money that I would have given him. He could have taken the money and put in his pocket, but he said, "I'm gonna use this money to build up a little shed." And I tell you, he has built a good shed. If he could turn around the camera and go on the outside and show you the shed that he has built up. I don't know if you can do that, Prince, and turn the camera and show them just where you build up out there and what, there you go, guys. You have banana, you have planting, you know, the man is really making something happen, from just a little shackled stand. Look, there you go now, guys. You're getting a better look of it. You see, this is a guy who have put in the work. It's not much, but little by little, he's doing it. And I'm telling you, this is years ago when you see the little stand that he had. It was just like that, the little shed that you see there, just the little table. And now look at what he has done. And even with that, I have decided to help him again. Whatever I can do, I'm gonna help this young man. But I ask of people, you know, who are out there, and sometimes we can help others, and yet still we refrain from doing so. You don't have to do it all, but sometimes you have a group, you have a friend, you have a sister, you have a brother, and you see somebody in need. I say just try and help them, guys. Help them to build a better life, because you never know when your time is coming. You never know when something may happen in your family and you need a little help. But just look at this man and look what he's doing. And Prince, if you can take us back, we gave you a little change. When you got that change, what was your mindset?
I mean, like what you gave me the other day, brother.
Way before, man, when we came and we gave you a little tip and you said, boy, you're going to do something with it. You were going to build and do something. I can't even.
Go again?
Yeah, I said, how did you put together all those little to help you get to a nice little shed? How challenging that was?
Honestly, brother, how challenging that was, like, that change you give me, would have to use it and like buy like a few pots and like maybe like about 500 more plastic bag that me can able to plant more plants. So that's when I reap the money from the plants. Now I could have able to buy zinc and ply and all these things.
So guys, there goes another powerful piece of information, guys. You realize the money was not enough to do it all at once. But you listen what he said. He used the money to buy some bags. We know how it is to propagate plants. You buy the bag, you buy the soil. If you don't buy the soil, but at least you have the bag to put it in. Then he'll have to do his cuttings. But by multiplying, then he could sell those to get money to buy the material necessary to build up his shed. Prince, I always want to say, man, I'm proud of you in the way you went about all of this, from an accident that could have left you sidelining. Most people, they meet that type of accident, they would have given up on life. Because I'm telling you, you've been through it all. Guys, look at that. Look at the beauty of what has happened since years ago when I met this young man. As I said, there's not much was going on, and he have just proved to show that guess what? No matter what your circumstances in life, no matter what happened to you, once you have breath breathing, you can do something, you can make something of your life. This young man could have gone any other direction, but he has taken the long path, where he's doing a honesty, honest bread. He's out on the street here day in, day out, hustling, guys. And I'm telling you, these are the people that really touch my life. To see that, you have young men like him who is still willing to live a decent, humble life, a life of integrity, and just continue doing what they can do and still be blessing to others. Because I'm telling you, I remember the man calling the old lady and giving him coconut, say, lady, come here. You're tired. The sun was hot. And he offered. He didn't just offer that lady. No, we could take that lady put aside. But my wife and I, we were well dressed. We were looking good. And yet still he gave to us. He gave us Aki. He loaded us up our car to come back to St. Elizabeth. Even some of the plants went to my house. And I'm just saying, if he is able to give from his little and his nothing, how much more for some of us who have mansions, who have big bank accounts and everything, and we find it hard to give somebody else. How can that be? From his littleness, he find to give. Thank you, Nadine. We really appreciate you, Nadine. You're also a great giver. I've had program where I try to help, others. I help school, and you have one of them who really stand out and help. So, guys, for all my team, my friends, my family, people who are always supporting me. I love guys, when I do things like this, and highlighting someone like Prince, it make a difference. And this is what this Together We Rise building our nation is for. It's for us to help empower each other. One man's story can help to build another person's story. You know, there you go, Nadine, again, really appreciate you. You can't beat a giver, Nadine. I tell my mother, the more I give, the more I get. But it's just the joy that you get from when somebody really receive what you have given and they multiply it. It's not like they expect you to give them a fish every day, but you give them that one fish, they go ahead and they have to cut it and share it for everybody else. Then tomorrow, somebody who they have shared it for probably bless them with something else. But out of the little, he is given. So, Prince, if you have one word to tell the youth of today, what would that be, Prince? If you have to talk to the youth, the young youth. Are you hearing me, Prince? Hello? Look like he's frozen on that side, guys. But really and truly, I just want to say this young man here, his life is never an easy road. It wasn't that easy part. And, it's really a blessing to see what he has done, how far he has come from. As I said, he met in an accident where a backhoe would have run over him. Basically, he could have been paralyzed.
Yes, sir, brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was saying, if you had one word for the youths of today, what would that be? We think we're having internet problem. But it's just a blessing, guys. We're really happy I could have a little conversation with this young man here, just to show you guys what is going on. He's actually finishing up this building here. And if anybody out there who is led to give, as he said, he only have a few windows to go, and then he'll have a perfect building. And this is coming from a little shack, a little table. But years after, here he is trying his best to build, a life for himself, a life for his family. He could have given all up from all that injury, as I mentioned, guys. Tractor running over him. He'd been in the hospital for years. Had people helping him to go to Cuba and so forth. All right, Prince. I was saying, if you have one word for the youngsters of today, what would that be? Not hearing you. Uh, Losing volume. All right, guys, we're gonna cut the broadcast here because I'm not getting any sound from him. Probably it's from me, but something is happening here. We're not hearing your Prince, but you know,
You hearing me,
another
brother?
day. Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Are you hearing
Alright?
me? You hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Yeah, I said if you have one word for the youths of today, what would that be? Encouragement to the youths today.
Encouragement to the youths of today, I must let them know that God is able, you know. Never say never. Always tell yourself that you can do it. As long as God is in the midst, you can do it.
What happened when they meet challenges? What would you tell them when they meet challenges, like similar challenges like yours? I don't think they'll ever meet the challenge that you met, but you know, you still overcome.
Yeah, still overcome and then just honestly.
Okay, guys, I know he's trying. Yeah, the internet is getting a little bit poor, but you know, we'll touch base again. Anyway, we're taking you to St. Elizabeth come Father's Day. You know, we plan to come over to St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for Father's Day, your invitation is true. We're gonna bring you to St. Elizabeth, the side of St. Elizabeth, where the fruit basket, you know, in Portland there, St. Mary. We know that you guys have a lot of coconut, a lot of plantain, banana, breadfruit, you know. But we look to see you in St. Elizabeth on Father's Day. However, we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there, brother.
All right, brother. Respect and love, man.
All right, blessing.